what are you seeing now in terms of change, the fear around uncertainty, the disruption, this kind of particular disruption that's happening at a global level? How is that affecting how people are changing differently now more than ever?
Wonderful question, Marjana. What we have now is what I would call a pile-on situation. We have all of the normal change that people have to deal with at work. You know, my company got bought or sold. We're implementing new technology. We've got technology disruptors. And then boom, the pandemic hits. And suddenly everybody's having to work from home, trying to make that work. If you have kids, you got to homeschool the kids. And if you're married, you got to try to somehow hold that marriage together. And if you're a leader of a team, how do I do that virtually? And we have the ongoing uncertainty of how everything's going to turn out. And it's ongoing uncertainty that over a period of time is most taxing, most draining. And most of us, Marjana, if something bam, hits us and it's horrible and it's awful, but it comes and it goes, we can get through that. But when we don't know what's going to happen, so with this pile-on situation, I'm seeing a lot more anxiety. I'm seeing a lot more fear, just plain old fear. But on the cool side, I'm seeing a lot of people going, wow, this is an opportunity for me to hit the reset button, hit the pause on my career, hit the pause button on my life, and maybe go in a different direction. So people are kind of all over the place. But right now it's hard because it's hard.
Yeah. Do you think that also a lot of the change that people are being open to this idea, as you're saying, changing something in their life, you know, switching careers, all of that, do you think there's a level of ease about it now because so many people are going through it and people are maybe saying if there was ever a time to do it and take a risk, maybe it's now?
Well, you know what it is? It's very interesting. What it seems to be is that somehow this has given me permission to go ahead and make a change. Because a lot of people are telling me, you know, Gary, I always kind of wanted to do this, or I always felt a little bit stifled in what I was doing, and I thought about making a change. Now I have to make a change because my job went poof, or my role went poof, or now that I'm home. One guy in particular, he shared with me, he had 3 different businesses that he was in. He was an entrepreneur, and all 3 of them got wiped out by the pandemic. And he was a photographer, and he went back to his photography and his art, and it wasn't even photography so much, it's just pure art. And he goes, Gary, I rediscovered how much I love it. I just love producing art. So now I'm creating a whole new business out of my old hobby of art. And the cool thing was, he says, I've never been happier. And I've had a lot of other people saying, well, this is kind of scary. You know, I lost my job and I've had to move to another city to try to get another job. But it's kind of exciting. And I'm not quite sure how it's going to turn out. But you can hear the excitement and the fear. Now, those are for the folks who are adapting pretty easily, not easily, but they're adapting well. Then there's the other people who just, boy, Marjana, it's sad. They get tunnel vision. They can't see the opportunity. Those people tend to have anger. Now, I know as a psychologist, underneath that anger is probably a lot of fear, but what they feel is anger. This isn't right, it's not fair. Spencer Johnson's old Who Moved My Cheese, the Hem character. So again, those are the different kinds of reactions that I'm seeing. But for the people who are making the changes, the pandemic has given them permission.